there is a solar eclipse coming very soon, and it's going to be in Aries. Okay, it's going to be an Aries new moon. So what does this mean? Now, I'm not an astrologer, so I don't actually know a great deal about the astrological signs, but however, I have some basic knowledge about the signs, and I know about the chakra system. We know that we know that astrological signs, okay, correspond with the chakras, okay? And so for Aries, it would be the solar plexus chakra, the Manipura chakra, okay? Now this chakra is about your ability to take action in the world, okay? To be able to put your ideas, your plans into action. If we look at the creative process, okay, the way the creative process works naturally is that we receive ideas and inspiration in our higher centers. When the idea hits our throat chakra, okay, this is where expression and communication takes place. This is where we express our idea, we communicate it, yeah? We may write our idea down, okay? The arms connected to the heart, okay, we write it down. Then when it falls into our heart, this is where we are going to decide whether our heart is in it. Okay, is our heart in it or not? Now, if you have a very healthy, balanced, well-developed heart center, then you probably won't have any trouble following your heart. Okay, but in my experience, from the people that I meet, okay, for most people, it is a struggle to even know, okay, what it is that their heart wants, let alone to be able to actually follow their heart, okay? The heart, it asks you to basically be courageous, brave heart, okay? It takes a brave heart sometimes to be able to take risks, okay? When we decide we want to do something, okay, when our heart really wants us to do something, sometimes it means taking a risk, and that can be scary. Sometimes it means making some kind of a sacrifice, okay, leaving something behind that we perhaps don't feel like we can, right? So the heart center is where we decide, do we want to follow our heart or not? If we decide we're going to do this, we love ourselves enough to do this, yeah? So then it drops down here into the solar plexus, okay? The solar plexus, the sacral, the root, these are all the lower centers connected to the physical world. So down here, it becomes all about all of the physical things we're going to do now, okay, to bring into manifestation, okay, the ideas that we had, okay? So basically here is where we take our action, okay? These are all the physical things that we're going to do, okay? How much money do we need, okay, to do this thing? What are the things that we need to be doing? Yeah? Whose help are we going to need basically to do this thing? So then when it comes down into our root, this is where we give birth to our idea, okay? Give birth to it onto the material plane, and there it is, right there in front of us, where we can touch it, we can feel it, we can see it, we can play with it, yeah? So Aries, okay, coming back to Aries in the solar plexus, this is also where we have Scorpio, but we're talking about Aries. So Aries, okay, this is passion, this is determination, okay? So how are we going to do this? Action isn't always an easy thing to do, okay? When we have big goals, for example, there's big things that we really want to do with our lives, there can be obstacles in the way, okay? Financial obstacles is the most common one. Now, the yogi's way of overcoming this, okay, of doing things, is to basically do what you can with what you have right now, okay? The yogi isn't going to waste his or her time or his or her energy on worrying about what they're not able to do right now. Instead, they're going to focus and they're going to direct all of their energy on the little thing that they are able to do right now. Okay, no matter how small it is, because it's going to be a stepping stone that enables them to climb up the ladder to eventually be able to achieve that bigger goal. Yeah. And sometimes we have to accept that we're just not ready for that big thing that we really want. Sometimes it is nature's way, God's, the universe's way of letting you know you're not quite ready for this yet. There may be a skill that you need to develop first. There may be a lesson you need to integrate first. It actually requires you to basically step into a certain version of yourself. You need to become a certain type of a person sometimes before you're going to align with that particular goal. Yeah. So that will come to you. You'll realize what that is if you have some patience with yourself, okay, and you're tuned into yourself and you have a strong spiritual practice. Then you'll know, okay, I'm not ready for that. There's certain things that need to be in place before I can do that thing that I really want to. Okay, you need to prepare yourself almost for it. Spirit sometimes wants you to be prepared, okay, for the bigger things. Other times we may have problems with taking action because, we just don't have the energy, the right energy, to the drive, okay? That Aries drive and determination just isn't there. If we've got like a very sluggish root chakra, then, we could suffer with procrastination. And procrastination is, when you're just avoiding doing things, and it could be for many different reasons. Some common ones are, fear of success. Yeah, believe it or not, some people are actually afraid to be successful, fear of failure. Sometimes it's just the fear of the actual process itself that is required. Yeah, like we just don't want to participate in all those little mundane, tedious little tasks that we have to do. Sometimes we're just too attached to the actual outcome of something, and therefore we're just not going to fully engage with the actual process. Yeah, it's boring, or it's tedious, or it's time consuming, and I don't want to do it. I just want that big thing right now. Okay, the yogi has to learn to release attachment to outcome, that the fruits of their actions don't belong to them. Okay, that's not the reason why you do anything. So I have a little exercise actually that can help to inject some life into everything that you do, so that things don't feel like as though they're monotonous or just repetitious and they're just boring little tasks. What you can do is learn to inject some life into everything. And I think Aries is maybe, lively, perhaps, there is a liveliness about Aries. And so, okay, how are we going to do this? So we can step into the realm of imagination to do this. Yeah, we're going to use our imagination. It is one of the most incredible tools that we have available to us, right? So no matter what you're doing, okay, you're washing the dishes, let's say, you're washing the dishes, what you could do, for example, is as the water is flowing out the taps, you could imagine that it is some kind of a cosmic water, okay? Use your imagination, just play with it, okay? Maybe you're actually washing the dishes for the water itself. You're doing it as a service, yeah, to something else. And actions are actually, when we are actually taking pure action in the world, actions are selfless actions and they are undertaken for others. Yeah. So we have to learn to start thinking about action at a deeper level, that every action we do actually is bringing us closer to spirit, and it is connecting us more to the divine. Okay, so coming back to this washing the dishes. Okay, so you're washing the dishes, so you're imagining this cosmic water flowing out of the tap. You can even use this time to connect with the water element. Perhaps this can actually help you to step into a whole different experience, a whole different way of doing things that can be much more fun, much more exciting. Yeah, if you're like practicing your dance moves or whatever, you know, you can imagine you're doing it in front of an audience, and the audience is the divine. You are performing for the divine, because really you are. Yeah. Okay, so in this way, you are infusing life into everything that you do. And I actually think that this has the potential to completely transform your life. This way of doing things, I think, can be extremely powerful. Okay. And the thing is that with action being undertaken for others, okay, we can think of it like this. Everything that we actually do, okay, if we do it with the mindset that it's done for others, it's also something that we do for ourselves, really, because the spiritual world, okay, once was out there, and it's now within us. Everything that we see outside of us, everything that surrounds us, the plant kingdom, the mineral kingdom, the animal kingdom, all of this will too one day be within us. Okay, this is an anthroposophical perspective, and it's about the human evolution process. Okay, so everything is very connected like that. So even if you have trouble with the idea of action being ultimately for others, you need to understand that really anything that you do for others, anything that you do out there in the external world, is really done for yourself as well. Okay, because everything out there is a part of you. Okay, so I think that's all I really wanted to say. So I do hope that that helps. I hope that it helps you to really step into this, the right kind of Aries energy that you need to be in order to be able to do whatever it is that you want to do, and enjoy.